So if you're watching this live during the premiere, you know that I've got two more to come. Tonight's a special night. It's the night before our official book launch of my new book, Cracking the CPA Code. So look in the body of this on how you could win $1,000, which is as simple as buy it, email us a receipt, your name's in the hat, and we will draw on September 11th one name and you win $1,000. So this series is going to be a weekly series. We're also going to have a series that is 5 things in 5 minutes. You'll see. CSR, you'll see. And then we're also going to have a weekly series, which is, what do you want to talk about? So we're premiering all tonight, all 3. Get a little attention, bring attention to the channel so that people will tune into the live tomorrow. Thank you for being a part of the premiere. If you're watching this after the premiere, know this: we are putting together a schedule to air these episodes, if you will, once a week. So Sunday mornings, I will release a video. What do you want to talk about? And in that video, in your comments, let me know what you want to talk about, and then I'll probably pick one to then talk about the next week. 5 things in 5 minutes. That will be our Monday weekly video, because Mondays you got to move fast. You don't have a lot of time, so I'll have 5 things in 5 minutes for you. And then business mistakes. Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day, we will have that video come out. So the plan is that Sunday morning it will come out at 7 a.m. Monday it'll come out at noon, and business mistakes will come out at 7. Those will all be Central Daylight Time. And then we will premiere a video every Thursday, 9 p.m. And then of course we have our lives bookcasing the week, Monday, 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and Friday, Central Daylight Time. Monday we do Q&A, Friday we do Q&A, and also a happy hour. So normally when I'm going to do this video series, mistakes business make, I'll probably pick 2 or 3 or 4, but I'm going to buzz through 7 of them. You ready? Not letting an employee go when they're starting to cause havoc. Waiting too long to let an employee go because you're scared or you're nervous or you're trying to be too nice is not smart. It's a mistake that businesses make, because one bad apple, you know the rest. Also, it sends a message to the rest of the employees. If someone's not fitting in, okay, then you need to let them go, and it'll be better for them, because then they can find a job that they're happier in. So when an employee starts to give the impression they're not happy, let them go. Your job's not to make them happy. You're not their mom. You're not their dad. There is no bring your spouse to work day. I get that people want to respect their spouse. They want to include their spouse in their business. They sometimes, though, are making things worse because a spouse brought into a business that's not involved day to day. I understand there's exceptions, but a spouse that's not involved day to day, or at least not week to week, doesn't know what's going on in the business, doesn't know the vendors, doesn't know the employees, doesn't know the customers, doesn't know the cash flow. And so really what happens is when you have bring your spouse to work day, most of it is just then explaining yourself, covering up, or being chastised. I've just never seen it ever, 27 years, where bring your spouse today ever worked. It's a mistake that business owners make. So don't make it. The third one, not titling your vehicle in your business. If you have a business vehicle, even if you pay for it through the business, it has to be titled in the business. In an IRS audit, the first thing they'll ask for, if you have a corporate vehicle, is to see the title. Because if it's not titled in the business, they get to deny the deduction without exception. I have seen those that will title the vehicle in their name and the business name, but if it's not titled in the business name, you won't get the deduction. So get that done. Owners make mistake by creating losses, thinking that that's a good thing. Creating a loss means that you spent money. Wanting to start a business to create a loss is a huge mistake because all you're doing is spending money. You spend $10,000, you generate a $10,000 loss. It's going to save you at most $4,000 in taxes, but you had to spend 10 to save 4. So I'm not saying if you have a loss legitimately and a loss in a new business, that's a mistake. What I'm saying is starting a business to have a loss is a huge mistake. Not to mention overpaying your wages to yourself, because if you're paying a wage high enough to yourself and you're having a loss in your business, you need to lower your wage to not have a loss. It's like hitting your thumb with a hammer. So if you have a loss and you're paying a wage, you need to reduce your loss to then not have a loss. Why? Because there's no reason to pay yourself and generate payroll tax that then generates a loss. Huge mistake. If you're active in your business, you need to be taxed as an S corporation. If you're active and you're not electing to be an S corporation and you're a sole proprietorship, you're going to pay 15.3% self-employment tax on whatever the net is. If you're a partnership and you're actively involved, whatever the net is, you're going to pay self-employment tax on it. It's 15.3%. C Corp, there's double taxation. So if you're active in your business, break even's usually around a net income of 20 or 30,000. You really should be an S corporation. Why? Because the net income is not subject to self-employment tax. Where's the rub? You do have to pay wages to yourself out of an S corp. Wages are subject to 15.3% payroll tax, which is 7.65% Social Security and Medicare withheld, 7.65% Social Security and Medicare match, 15.3%. So where's the magic? Well, if you're netting 100,000 as a sole proprietor, you're going to pay self-employment tax on 100,000, 15 grand in addition to your income taxes. If you're a partnership and you're active, you net 100,000, you are going to pay 15 grand in self-employment taxes in addition to your income taxes. If you're an S corporation, you have 100,000, you pay yourself 50,000 in wages for starters. Well, 15% on 50,000 is around 7,500 bucks. So on the other 50,000 that you pull out as a distribution, you're not paying self-employment tax on it. Distributions aren't deductible, so the net income of your business, net of your wages, would be 50,000. That 50,000 is not subject to 15.3%, and in that example, that taxpayer saves $7,500. You need to be an S corp if you're actively involved. I got some videos on that. You need to check it out. When you're first starting out, don't sign a long-term lease. Try and get a 1-year lease, a 2-year lease. You haven't been in business long enough to know if the location's big enough, if it's a good location. I don't care how good a deal it is. I don't care how convinced you are that your business is a home run. It very well may be. But when you first start, you need to sign a lesser lease. What you can do is get a 1 or a 2-year initial with then options. So very common is you sign a 2-year lease, and in the lease you have the option to lease it another 2 years, and then another 2 years, and another 2 years. What that does is it gives you first right of refusal when the lease is up to then lease it again. Typically when that happens, there's going to be a little bit more. It never works out to fool yourself that by signing a longer lease, you'll pay less each month. It won't work. Run the math most of the time. Run the math. If you sign too long a lease, it doesn't matter what you saved a month. Initially, you're going to really have experienced a mistake having to pay on a lease where you've outgrown it or it turns out to be a terrible location. And the last is a mistake that business owners make is they never even start. They never become a business owner because of one thing. I mean, this is the one thing, and it's amazing to me. It blows me away. They can't name their business. I've either seen business owners delay starting a business by months, 6 months, and no kidding, years, because they can't come up with the name of their business. Seems a little ridiculous, but it's just true. I can give you example after example after example after example. Here's what you need to know. Your business isn't your name. When you start your business, no one cares what your business name is. What they care about is it's you that started the business, what it is that you're doing. When you go to the Secretary of State and you set up your entity, it can be anything. Pick it. Grass Fibers 175 from the Moon LLC, right? Then when you decide, oh, you know what the perfect name is after you start your business and making some money, or after you open a bank account, get a loan, start signing leases, right? You come up with your name. You just file a DBA, doing business as, with the Secretary of State, and your business, Grassroots 49 from Mars LLC, okay, now just owns that DBA. And so, you know, Grassroots Yellow 799 from Venus LLC just is doing business as whatever the perfect name is. Many businesses will start out with a name and then realize, we need to adjust it, or I want to do something different, or they have another product line. So don't sit around and wait to start your business, wait to start looking at leases, wait to figure out the financials and your needs, and wait to talk to a bank, because you can't come up with a perfect name. Really what it means is that you're simply not ready. And I'm gonna push on those that this might speak to, like I'm gonna push on you, like coach a little bit. Then you're scared, and you shouldn't start a business, because if you are hanging everything on waiting for the perfect name, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not mature enough in your business experience to think your name has anything really to do in your success. So I say it with all due respect. I say it with a warning. It's a mistake. So when you start a business, you'll realize very quickly your name has very little to do with it. It's about you. So until you get over that, you're right, don't start the business. All right? Have enough experience to understand your name doesn't mean jack squat. You start your business, you get it rolling, you build a reputation, then maybe your name starts to build some value, but it's because of the reputation that you built, not because you came up with the perfect name. All right, hey, so these are I gave you 7 common business mistakes. When I do put together the weekly series, may buzz through them, may go into detail on some, but I figure might be good to share some of the things I've experienced over the last 27 years on common business mistakes so that you don't make them. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe, and then don't you ever forget. Wait a second. If you're watching here Thursday night, September 3rd, we got 2 more premieres coming. 5 things in 5 minutes. And what do you want to talk about? All right, hey, don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right, much love. And we'll see you at the live tomorrow, September 4th. We're handing out all kinds of gifts and stuff. Tiffany gift cards. I mean, come on, t-shirts and hats and Amazon cards. So tune into the live, 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We do it every Monday and Friday. All right, hey, appreciate you.
You know what it is, man. Hey, we about to crack the CPA code. JJ the CPA, what up? You know, hey, let's go. JJ the CPA, don't play no games, that's the way. Crack the CPA code and get paid. Easy like 1, 2, 3, so you better just follow. Cause numbers don't mean nothing if you ain't making them dollars. WWWWH. Who, what, where, when, and why? How could you not get paid? Hey, cracking the code and we lock in. JJ, you cannot stop him. Getting this money, no losses. JJ is the master locksmith. Cracking the CPA code. Competition ain't never sweating it. Cracking the CPA code. Now you ain't got no competitors. Get a JJ to CPA if you wanna boss up and get paid. All you gotta do is unlock one relationship with one CPA. The combination to money making, we got this. JJ the CPA is the master locksmith. That's how we get it. If you did it, then now you'll know. We gon' crack the CPA code.
Crack the CPA code.
The combination to money making, we got this. JJ the CPA is the master locksmith. That's how we get it. If you did it, then now you'll know. We gon' crack the CPA code.
Crack the CPA code.
Look inside my mind, you will find dollar signs. JJ the CPA. I know my kind. Living life to the fullest. Ain't nothing gonna stop you. I know our CPA code. I'm gonna crack it for you. This will allow you to achieve more success in whatever the CPA is holding you back from. Yes. Cracking the CPA code, I suggest that you try it. This will allow you to easily help your clients. Once you crack the CPA code with one CPA, you'll be able to crack it with all of them, cause JJ, he don't play. The combination to money making, we got this. JJ the CPA is the master locksmith. That's how we get it. If you did it, then now you'll know. We gon' crack the CPA code.
Crack the CPA code.
The combination to money making, we got this. JJ the CPA is the master locksmith. That's how we get it. If you did it, then now you'll know. We gon' crack the CPA code.
Crack the CPA code.
You know what it is, man. Hey, we about to crack the CPA code. JJ the CPA, what up?